Okay, so my name's Kaydee Hollingshead, and I am a health and social care coordinator based in Hammersmith and Fulham. This is a new role. I've actually only been in the job a couple of months, and although the project that I'm talking about is not in any direct contact with my new role, you'll see how starting a new role has allowed me to develop this project. So the title of my project is, by January 2015, CLCH will be able to begin measuring the successfulness of having introduced one-to-one onboarding guidelines that aided the retention of staff within the initial 6 months of employees starting a new role. So, first of all, what is onboarding? Onboarding is the process by which new employees can seamlessly fit into a new role, establish better working relationships, increase satisfaction, clarify expectation, quicken performance, and reduce turnover. Onboarding is not a process of general orientation. CLCH do a very nice 1-week introduction to all new employees that takes that staff member through policy, guideline, rules, services, but there's nothing there that's personal to the job that you're about to go into. And for me, as I will explain later on, it's pot luck as the type of induction, onboarding you're going to receive in that job. Onboarding itself should be a minimum of 6 months and should actually be a constant flow of information between yourself and your manager. So this is feedback, how well you're doing, how you feel you are doing in your job, is your job meeting expectation. It's not just showing you where the fire exits are and where the toilets are on the first day. So why is it important? Onboarding is important because it improves employee performance, increases employee engagement, improves employee retention, thus reducing turnover costs, and accelerates time to productivity. What happens when it's not applied? Disillusionment, disconnection, performance problems, and an urge to bow. I don't know if anybody's here has ever turned up to their first day of work and by the end of it actually thought, is this the right job for me? Can anyone here say that? Yeah. Yeah? And that could be through a number of things. Simply that you turn up on the day and your manager's not there to greet you. So, why I chose this project? This project is quite personal to me. I've been in the organisation now as a full-time member of staff for nearly 5 years. Within them 5 years I've had 3 roles, 2 of which have been internal. And I can say on no occasion in any of them roles have I had any clear onboarding. With the internal roles, it's kind of been assumed that I already know a lot of information and I can just get on with it. In the job I'm in now, it's a developing role, and I've actually been told that I should build my own induction, as it's character building. In previous experiences, I had no desk space for 7 weeks because it wasn't arranged for me prior to me starting. My line manager, when I started, didn't know who I was because she'd been on holiday for 6 weeks, and when I turned up for my first day, she actually asked me who I was and why I was there. And here are just some other examples of people that I've spoke to within the trust. And they can be seen as quite comical, but if you actually relate this to when you're starting a new job, it can actually be quite disheartening, knowing that you've gone through the process of applying for that job. Some of you have gone for tests, some of you have gone for exams, you've put effort in. And when you turn up to your first day, you can kind of wonder why you put all that effort in and feel devalued as an employee. So I've backed up this by some actual UK key stats. 22% of employees turnover happens within the first 40 days of employment. New hires decide whether they feel at home or not in the first 3 weeks in a company. 4% of employees leave a job after an awful experience on their first day. And new hires that go through a process of onboarding are 58% more likely to remain within an organisation for at least 3 years. Furthermore, in a 2004 UK Redeployment Survey, which surveyed 5,700 workers, 1 in 25 quit after a bad induction, with public sector being the most likely. The NHS is included in this. 93% said that a poor induction had had a bad effect on their productivity. So, relating this to CLCH and how I feel that they can take this forward. If CLCH's goal is to employ only the best staff and values relationships and delivery, then as an organisation, CLCH must put these words into action and acknowledge employee worth. And because of this, I come up with 6 key recommendations. Onboarding programs to concentrate initially on the first 6 months of employment, initiated by HR recruitment and implemented by the line manager. Include critical information regarding day-to-day workings. Engage, instill trust and a sense of belonging to the employee. Review and treat each employee as an individual. Include a 4-week and 6-month feedback questionnaire submitted by the employee. The project to be rolled out to all new and internal staff across CLCH. The project itself is quite a large project, as you can imagine, and my aim is that it would be completed within a 2-year period. There will be a 6-month development, which I'm currently in the process of, a 12-month enrolment, and a 6-month evaluation period. The resources that will be included, which I've given you all out now, would be an onboarding guidelines, a summary to be rolled out for all managers that they should follow, onboarding checklists for the initial 6-month period of that employee starting the role, 4-week employee questionnaire, and a 6-month employee questionnaire. These questionnaires will be given to the employee. They're completely confidential and they're sent to HR. They will ask the employee to rate their onboarding experience, if it had been beneficial, and any ways in which it could be improved. This is how the successfulness of the project will then be gauged, because they can then compare the 2 questionnaires over that period of time to see if there's been any change between the 4-week and the 6-month, be it good or be it bad. So, as I'm unable to actually carry this project out at the minute, as it's a work in progress, my projected outcome, the positive being, by investing in a robust onboarding system, staff will begin to feel valued. This will in turn improve job satisfaction, increase retention and reduce cost to the organisation. Obviously with positives come negatives, and I can foresee the challenges. This is such a huge project and involves such varied services. Engaging all line managers to invest time and adapt to changing working practices I can see as being a hurdle, as well as engaging HR recruitment to work collaboratively in order to roll out and monitor the project. However, all this being said, as a final thought, employee turnover is a costly problem. From sifting through resumes to job training, there are costs at every stage. Successful onboarding is the first step to eliminating this problem. This being said, there is no guarantee this will work for all, but it can certainly improve the chances of increased retention. Thank you. Any questions? And feel free to look through the packs. Obviously, it's a work in process. And
one thing that I'm really pleased with, something I don't know what you guys think, but this is something I come up quite a bit. So if we go on the induction, I don't have their local induction number now. And I think, as you say, it depends on the go.
Yeah.
So, take to see if it's a Victoria Street thing, because there was a death sorted, it's quite sorted for them. But it is people coming around, I have no idea that they're coming into the role. It's quite flexible. But there's anything that needs to be put in about expected behaviours, looking at some values?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I foresee is that some people, especially, I don't know, managers might see this as being extra work. So it's trying to show them the importance of this, and by putting the work in at the start, it's going to save them a lot in the long run. So yeah, that's definitely something that I need to be incorporated.
Kaydee, thanks for putting the thought and planning, both the presentation and to the front guidance. I don't want to take away from your main point of the manager taking some responsibility, but most of us join a team. And did you have any thoughts about how a team could have responsibility for, if we want to be a strong team and people want to stay with our team and link with our team and get a sort of bit of a wow factor when you join a team, how a team might sit down and think, you know what, in 1 week's time, Kaydee's joining us, what are we going to do to make her feel really welcome here?
That's actually all in my pack. I have actually included all of that, it's just I couldn't fit it on. I talked about how the team should be made aware that this new employee is starting, and if possible set up a buddy person to take them through the job. So it does take the pressure off the line manager, and then it allows for them to have almost a personal connection without being seen as a separation between the line manager. But there is, I have included quite a bit on that.
Thank you.
Any other questions?